right, Claressa Shields. Now, I'm kind of into the Claressa Shields experiment, but I predicted on day one that this would be a disaster, that she would get mishandled. I predicted this to you on day one. I'm not happy about it. I'm not happy about being right. But I knew that the built-in belief that happens in the PFL, event after event, show after show, and year after year, which is let's get somebody and build them, is a huge problem when you're dealing with a two-time Olympic gold medalist. Excuse me, she's built. What you're risking now, and you are taking a big risk, is that she looks like every other boxer turned MMA fighter or pro wrestler turned MMA fighter or other sport turned MMA fighter, and they show that they're terrible. Even if they win, by the way, she could have tremendous heart, be a great competitor, go out there, get her hand raised. They've certainly brought her a hand-picked opponent whose name I would say for you if I had the foggiest idea what it was, and I just read it before I turned this camera on. I don't say that to be a jerk, but this is what they brought in. So now what can Claressa show us? She can show us she sucks. That's the risk. She can show us she's terrible, which is what history says boxers do when they come over to MMA for the first time. So now you're attempting to build a two-time gold medalist. Nobody's ever been shined up and handed to you more. It's never happened. But you somewhere thought you needed to build them. You're now going to run the risk that win or lose, she looks like every other boxer that's ever transferred here. Which is like she's really good at a different sport, but not this one. And the only play that you have to make with Kayla Harrison or Claressa Shields is to put them together. That's your only play. Obviously, that's the one they want to do. They're just making the suckers move that they need to build them first. And by the way, I don't actually think there's anybody in the office at the PFL that knows so little about fight promotion that they believe that. I believe what happened is they have such little balls, they didn't want to call a medalist and put them against another medalist. Or they attempted to call a medalist and put them against a medalist and they failed. That's my true guess. They didn't have enough respect as the leaders who got signed to the contract, who are the bosses and are supposed to be an adult in the room, to make the match that you should make. So now we've got Claressa Shields going to box somebody, fight somebody. You got one of the greatest influencers in all of the sport choosing to do a piece on it. I can't tell you when they're fighting, where to get tickets, how to watch this, or who the opponent is, and I'd like to. I think that's very rude when the opponent sees this. I don't want her to think bad things about Chael. I'm not attempting to be a condescending prick. I'm just speaking as freely as I know how to speak, which is they put her with somebody they're going to have to pay her to fight, who is likely to expose the fact that Claressa, in line with everybody else that's ever come over from the sport that Claressa came to, can't do this one. All in a hope that you could get Claressa and Kayla together. You have contracts with both of them. Have them fight. If they don't want to fight, release one of them. It's real simple. I would be stunned, in all fairness, if Kayla is the one saying, I won't fight Claressa. That would stun me. I would be stunned if a two-time Olympic champion is backing down from a judo girl. That would stun me. I've been surprised before. I don't know it all. There's cowards everywhere, but there's not a lot of them with Olympic medals. That's just the truth. So now we're going to build Claressa, who, unless she gets a stoppage in the first punch that she throws, can do nothing but look bad, including victory, compared to the enigma and the imagination that we have that a two-time Olympic hero is coming over to our sport.